through advances in innovation and technology, now we got things like this, and I don't have to hand wash my clothes anymore. Or the dishwasher, where we just throw whatever we want in there and it comes out clean. Innovation and technology has come so far and given us so much. But where the heck is it going next? Because it seems like we've got everything we need. So what next other than us doing nothing and it all just being done for us? Well, let's take a look. What the heck? Whoa, thanks technology, this is friggin' awesome. Right on. But how much better can something like this get? This seems like it's pretty much at its peak. Maybe the battery efficiency could get a little bit better, or it could not cut me when I'm using it in certain areas, but I feel like this is pretty much peak innovation. How many times can we just reiterate this before it's just done? All right, I gotta go dry my hair. This do. How much better can something like this get? I don't know. I feel like we can only just keep making them worse, so then people have to keep buying them. Because at a certain point, if we make these things too good, no one's gonna have to buy one anymore. So really, how much better can these things get? These things can only get so much better pretty much. Unless it just starts working for free or, I don't know, even makes my food for me. What else do I need this thing to do? It's even got a range hood under there. Lights too. I don't need all these buttons either. Like, this thing can't really get that much better. Who needs who needs any of this shit? Fucking hyper specific presets. Just let me know if my food's warm enough. Actually, maybe this is more of an oven meal. This bad boy is pretty much as good as all your modern day ovens. And it's got all the features you need. Timer, cleaner lights, heats, individual element controls. What else could you ask for? And it's even more efficient on electricity than almost all the modern day ovens because it doesn't have all the bullshit up there. So this compared to this, I think I'm going back with the old stuff. Nothing's changed. It still does the same thing with the same technology. Where's the innovation coming in? Oh shit, my toast burning. Well, that's what I get for too many takes. Maybe if we could develop a toaster with an anti-burn technology, then I'd invest. But other than that, this thing hasn't changed for quite a few years either. They've added like 4 slots on it, there's bagel mode, and whatever else you might need. But really, it's just the same design. That's why I keep getting the cheap ones, because they break all the time and you gotta buy a new $100 toaster that connects to your Bluetooth phone. I don't know. I don't think innovation's really going anywhere. Well, this side's not burned. I think I'm good. Now this is some innovation. You get the knife and you just scrape off any parts that's burned. It's not even burned that bad. It's kind of hard to scrape off, but I'll just peel it off right there. Now that's a pro technique. And I'm not trying to say there's no innovation in the world, because hey, innovation just means new technology. But I just think we're being marketed innovation with these new and crazy products for the things that have already been invented and they've seen their peak. Now we're just being given regurgitated more expensive items. So what is the cause to all of this? First of all, it's all about the money, obviously. Creating something brand new, and really brand new type of car or phone, it costs billions in market research, development, testing, and all the regulations you have to pass. It's just pretty hard for companies to actually put out anything new nowadays. Tens of dollars for you to try and develop a new product, put it out to market, and have it maybe not even make you money. Obviously, you're just gonna stick to what works in the past and just give new reiterations. Second, these companies have pretty well conditioned us to think we want little small upgrades on the products we already love. They say they've done studies on it, and this is what consumers want. I think that's a load of bullshit. We actually want something new. We want something worth buying. We're a product that's actually worth our money and gonna last. We don't want to be trying to fit in, buying the brand new cool thing, or thinking there's new features we're missing out on because of false advertising. A lot of this is all pumped down our throats because of the amazing advertising and the billions of dollars they put into research to make it like that. Even researching this script, they were trying to tell me, oh, the consumers, they really do just love the small upgrades to their little products. And third, the people who actually own these companies, not the CEOs, not the people who work there and develop new products, the investors and the shareholders, they're looking for profits every single quarter or, year, however they measure their profits. And if it's not enough because they've went and tested out for a new product and spent billions in market research or potentially made products that just didn't work out in testing, well, the investors aren't going to be happy. They're going to be making changes at that company, firing people, layoffs, and they're just going to be demanding profits. Oftentimes, they have to approve new products and designs with the board of shareholders, so things don't even make it past them because they know what will and what won't make the money. And then even for small companies, this sets a precedent for pretty much everybody on what will and won't work. So why go outside of the box if you just know what's making money? And then there's the lock-in game. They want you in their ecosystem, buying their products, using their softwares, their services. If you have to update your toaster all the time with LG software, guess what? You're locked in. And anything that they can add pretty much Bluetooth or Wi-Fi capabilities to, it's just going to increase the probability that you'll buy another product in that network because, oh, well, it all connects to my app, so why wouldn't I? You get the whole LG kitchen or a Samsung kitchen nowadays. It's just one way, one of the many ways to lock in customers. Pretty much all products nowadays have been developed to their peak. Now it's just working on energy efficiency, or until a new technology stumbles along, they're just in gridlock, handing you new features or a Wi-Fi capability in your washing machine to try and sell you new products. And if you do a little bit of research into some of these products, you'll notice they're actually using lower quality materials, skimping out on other parts of the machine, so then they can justify software and enhanced energy efficiency. And then the machine actually breaks quicker than the old machines. So then you're in a cycle of buying them again and again.
Wait, what?
This all stemmed from me looking at my 20-something-year-old washing machine today and thinking how efficient it is compared to some of these new hunks of junk. And really, you can get washing machines that are 10, 20 years old, and the parts in them, they're so much sturdier. They use real steel or real aluminum, whatever your machine's made out of. And it's just hardy material. There was nothing else put into it. There was no electronics, no computers.
Hello, your
it was
computer
just them
has
focusing
virus.
on the design and the function. Why do we need anything past that? And now, this is going to last so much longer than the thing that has 3 computers inside of it and is made of half of plastic because they needed to, pay for the fucking CPU. What? Oh, fuck, my washing machine's broken again. I guess I gotta call Samsung. What? Samsung? But seriously, guys, before making this video, I kind of already knew this. I've had the philosophy of buy something good, have it last you as long as it can, and, then you gotta buy another one. Unfortunately, we do live in the age of new technology, and like I said, things don't last as long as they used to. So if you can just buy a more premium product, have it last you a little bit longer. I find if you get a better model phone instead of a shit phone and have it just last you 2 years, you get a nice one that lasts you 5 years. That's a little bit more price efficient and you get a better enjoyment out of it. So buy something quality, have it last you as long as you can, and then, hey, that's life, you gotta buy it again. I even went to do a little bit more research into this topic or theory, and I hoped there would be some other answer than profit. I knew that is obviously the driving factor of all this, but please be something else. Give me some little bit of hope. But it's nothing. It's just those things I jumbled off earlier that are excuses for profit-driven, corporations, which really, that is what this world is. If you can't accept that and you think it's so terrible, well, it's gonna be a real hard time living. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, that's how it goes, and you just gotta accept that and find a way to live within it. So maybe next time that you go to buy your new washing machine, TV, microwave, just remember, maybe the one from 10, 20 years ago that you can find on Marketplace or Kijiji. Ooh, selling myself out there. Canadian. Oh, Canada, our dollar falls right there. Maybe the things that you can buy used are better than that brand new fancy shiny thing that you can buy for even more money. I know it's not everything's about money, but you need it to survive, so maybe save a little bit for something fun instead of going and buying the fancy newest thing just because you think that's what you need. Really, you're not getting anything better than you would 10, 20 years ago, so maybe think about that. Everything still has its, cheap model as well, but also everything nowadays in the cheap model, it's just made to break even quicker. So I'm a big proprietor of buying things used. If you can build something, go ahead, build it. Like, that is the absolute best option. I build my computer every single time. There is no pre-built that compares to a built computer. Like, find me one. I will, seriously, find me one, put it in the comments. I don't know what I'll give you, but maybe I'll give you something. So if you can build something, go for that. That is always going to be your best option. But not many people can just build a washing machine, build a dryer, build a fridge. These are very easy common examples. Even a phone. What about your phone? We can't build a lot of the things we use. So do some research, find the best option out there. Often there's exact clones or even better made products on Alibaba, DHgate, some of those Chinese websites that are just direct from the factory without all the branding from America or wherever slapped on them already. Might as well go with that. There's a lot of fake news out there saying that China-made stuff is just garbage, when in reality, it's all made in China. It's all coming from the same spot, just some of it has a logo slapped on it. So if you can find a great supplier or source, why not? Buy it yourself. It's way cheaper. Just do some research in the things you buy. Unless you're just making so much money you don't care. Probably not watching this video though, unless you're just sitting there laughing at me, then yeah, whatever, dude. Maybe send me a nice ice fridge, but man, I'd love if my fridge would make ice. Do some research into the things you want to buy, and you're going to save yourself lots of money, get something better, and live a great life. Boom! I just sold you the secrets of the corporations. Come back next week to see what else I have for you. That's all. Folks, take care.